What's up, D-Gens? What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing out there tonight? We got some things to talk about. Market looking juicy. Things are looking good. Little bit of momentum. Had a good daily close. Unfortunately, we closed just a hair below 4 cents. But we can try again tomorrow. We had a good close. We closed above the 30-day SMA, which is one of the two goals that we had set out earlier, right? So we checked one of those boxes. Now, can we get above in the next 24 hours? Well, 22 hours. Can we get above 4 cents and close above there? Well, I think a lot of that will depend on what Bitcoin's doing. And we're going to have a look at it, guys. But first, let's see who's in the chat. Guys, as always, please make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing at all. It brings good karma to your life by helping the channel grow. And yeah, so do something nice for somebody else. That would be fantastic. And bring good karma to yourself. Where's that PDL at? It's January. Who knows, brother? Who knows? It's not in my pocket. It's not in my pocket. William, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Jetpack, the future's now. Good night to all. Alex, what's going on, man? I hope everyone's enjoying their gains today. Yeah, market's looking good. Portfolios are looking a little juicy. I dig it. I dig it. Way of the Taco in the house. Reporting in, my man. H. Barbarina, slowly but surely, market is moving. Had to cough there. Dumb Money, what's up, buddy? Slowly but surely, man. Boomer's in the house. What's going on, brother? John, what's up, man? Blessings, man. H-Bar pumped, and Jasmy got them in my bags. Nice. That's what you want to see, buddy. That's what you want to see. What time does the day actually close? 6 p.m. Central, my time. 6 p.m. Central, my time is when the daily candles close. JM, glad I loaded up on XCN this summer, even when it felt crazy still buying while down thousands of dollars at the time. Looks like it's going to do very well. Absolutely, man. That's the thing. You buy the fear, you buy the blood in the streets, and now you're enjoying the benefits of that, right? Free Pick, what's up, man? Nice to be here. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my man. Alex, thanks. Hey, no problem, brother. No problemo. I get the fries that'll cross your eyes, brother. So yeah, we're hanging out above the 30-day SMA right now, which is fantastic. We closed above it. We're hanging out above there. Maybe we'll break above 4 cents tonight. It's entirely possible, guys. It's entirely possible. All things are on the table. Let's go look at the momentum on the 4-hour. Look at that. Look at that. We did break above 4 cents earlier today. We got to about 4 cents 062. Pulled back down below. Then we pulled up on this first daily, on the today's daily candle, rejected off 4 cents. Came all the way back down to 3 cents 871. But now we've climbed back up. A lot of buying pressure. But we got to get back above the 200-day SMA on the 4-hour time frame. That's what I'm watching there. Golden Cross played out here on the 4-hour with the 30-day passing back over the 100-day SMA. Very nice there. Very nice there. Things are curving to the upside. That's what you want to see. Let's go have a look over at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing today? So Bitcoin had a decent close. Unfortunately, it closed just a hair below the 30-day SMA. We have it closed in a spinning top candle, which is a neutral candle. And now we're sitting at 98,178. Again, guys, I'm going to keep telling you this. Until I see daily candle closes above this level here, 99.6. First step is let's close candles above 98.6. But getting above 99.6 to start closing above these candles, anything that closes below these two candles right here, guys, is just a lower high. And I've explained this 100 times, right? Lower highs is downward pressure, but I think, again, what's going to happen, right? We're going to see us come down a little bit here inside this descending, broadening wedge pattern, and we got a little bit more to go inside of here. Maybe another week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks inside of this channel. but this will inevitably break to the upside, in my opinion, and barring something terrible happening. But again, I also have to preface, guys, until we start seeing Bitcoin daily candles close above this 99.6 level, and like even up towards $100,000, then I'm going to say that this is still still in the cards, right? We need to start closing higher highs above here to invalidate a drop down to this level, right? It's becoming less and less likely, but it's still on the table. So we got to break this downward structure and start putting in higher highs and higher lows, right? So, Dreadnought, fuel the jets. Let's go, baby. Death Bank in the house. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Get those fires burning. What's the 4-hour time frame doing here on Bitcoin? Yeah, look we're just hugging the top of the top trend line here, eh? We're just hugging it for quite a while today. And we're riding just a hair below the 200-day SMA here. We got to break above that. We got a golden cross on Bitcoin on the 4-hour as well. So that's representing this climb right here. Very nice, very nice. So things look good, guys. I mean, listen, we could have some sort of a run to the upside as early as tonight, or it might take a week or two, right? William, what's up, buddy? There you are. I was wondering where you were at, man. Holmes, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. The gang is all here, man. That's what you love to see. The family is all here. Let's go look at the crypto bubbles. See what's going on out there tonight. Kind of a mixed bag, guys, which means the market is uncertain about which way it's going to go. It is Saturday, so I'm not shocked. If we can just kind of ping pong sideways and not really have too much of a dramatic dip, then I think Monday, Tuesday, the start of next week should be really, really good. Hopefully we don't have too much of a dip to the downside here. AIOZ is just going nuts today, 27.5% up. Wow. You love to see that. You love to see that. JASMY up 6.7%. XCN, Supra, having some nice pumps, baby. Some nice pumps. All right. What do we have on the cards tonight? Let's check out some news. All right. So Lawrence Leopard explains how Fiat ruins everything. Let me just turn my speakers on here.
Fiat ruins everything, right? I mean, just by definition. Yeah. The other thing I think is very important, and it's something I feel very strongly about, is that this has been the century of war, and it was all founded by Fiat. If you look at all great wars, no sane group of people want to give up half of their income to go fight and kill other people on the other side of the world. They just don't want to do it. Yeah. And yet the Fiat model has allowed that to continue at greater and greater scale, and that's the best part of this whole thing. And that's why this thing is so much more than digital gold. It's a fix for a problem that the world has had for the past 100 years.
Yeah. Bitcoin to me made me reevaluate World War I to understand that this was gold-backed countries that didn't know how to finance war.
That's when it all started downhill. I mean, the Bell Epic was 1870 to 1914. We had deflation. We had incredible GDP growth. You had harmony. You had free trade. It was a wonderful period. And then World War I broke out. Yeah. And from then on, it's been chaos.
And that was the time where America figured out this war flywheel finance machine the world has ever seen.
The Fed.
There's never been anything like it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we see that run around the world and create these failures of institutions.
And I mean, just to bring it up into today, I mean, we spent $8 trillion doing military stupid shit in this part of the world. I mean, for what? To protect some oil supply lines? I mean, it was just absurd. Yeah. And we all pay the price for it. If you consider the technological developments that we've undergone in the last, since Shockley did the microprocessor in the 50s and 60s, and all the technology we've had, it's made all our lives a lot better. But if we hadn't had all the fiat drag on that, we would all of our standards of living would be 50 to 100% higher. Yeah. Because we've all paid taxes equal to 50% of our output to fund stupid shit like $8 billion in war. It's been horrible. It's been absolutely horrible. That's the beauty and the promise of this new quote unquote digital gold.
Fiat has been the problem for a long, long time. All right, let's get into some articles. Ethena launches new financial solutions for growth. Now, the reason I'm covering this is because somebody had requested I have a look into Ethena, so I figured I would throw this into the mix for you guys. Ethena is swiftly emerging as a notable player in the cryptocurrency arena, distinguishing itself with its innovative synthetic dollar token that serves as an alternative to dominant stablecoins. The digital asset has seen a rise in value following founder Guy Young's recent announcement detailing plans to target traditional financial institutions. In a thorough blog entry outlining his 2025 goals in 2025, Young unveiled the upcoming product, the IUSDE, set to debut next month. This product will be based on Ethena's stake stablecoin, SUSDE, and will feature a unique wrapping contract that enforces transfer limitations at the token level. Ethena is aiming for an ambitious transformation by 2025, evolving from merely issuing a single asset to creating a fully operational network. This network will allocate specific portions of its token supply for airdrops to ENA token stakers, mirroring successful models used by other platforms. As Ethena continues to bridge decentralized finance, centralized finance, and traditional finance, it is poised to offer groundbreaking solutions that could reshape its role within the broader financial landscape. So, very interesting. If you were wondering about Ethena, quick little rub on that. Way of the Taco supporting the channel. Looks like your prediction is coming true. First 7 to 10 days of January will be ping pong, and then things really pop off. Yeah, it's scary sometimes, eh? It's almost scary sometimes, brother. That's funny. That is funny, man. Batman Bapur. I bought in late in July, so I only have around 13,000. 13. Which project are you talking about? Are you talking about JASMY or Jetpack? If money cannot be printed, then systems can't keep running. Finite assets are not beneficial for the current monetary system. If they can't print it, they won't use it. And that's exactly why I always say it drives me nuts when somebody says Bitcoin is going to be a currency, or that they refer to it as a currency. It's not a currency, right? It's a commodity. And if we refrain from referring to crypto and Bitcoin as fiat, as money, they'll stop attacking it, right? That's what people don't understand. When you continually say, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to replace, the American dollar," or whatever it is, you're threatening their way of the way that they do things, the TradFi incumbents, right? But the second you say Bitcoin and crypto are commodities to invest in, well, now they're not threatened anymore, right? The minute you start threatening their system, the way they do things, they're going to try to shut you down. You're absolutely right, Jetpack. Hey, Rob, thoughts on Tiva? I've never heard of it. But there is a tab at the top. If you have altcoin requests, I will have a look at your altcoins. That's where you put your requests. It's called goals. So check that out. Tola with the super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Tola, you are the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. I dig it, man. I dig it. All right. What else do we have? Batman Bapur. How high do you think it will get this year? Which token are you talking about, Batman Bapur? I don't know which. Are you talking about JASMY? Let me know. All right. What else do we have going on out there in this wide world of crypto? Bitcoin is now worth more than JP Morgan, Visa, and MasterCard combined. How about them apples, guys? That is crazy, right? I'll say that again for you. Bitcoin is now worth more than JP Morgan, Visa, and MasterCard combined. That's crazy. JASMY. How high do I think it's going to get this year? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see it shut down somewhere between 60 to 70 cents, to be honest with you. I think that's where it'll probably top out, something like that. But what I will say, Batman Bapor, the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday, I did a 2025 JASMY price prediction video, and I go into great detail about where I think it's going and why I think it's going there. So I highly recommend you check that video out. Rodney, good evening, Rob. I don't believe the XCN has reimbursed me for my fees for staking when they usually reimburse me from the month prior. Did you ever do a show with the gentleman from Crypto Canvas? That's next Thursday, my friend. That is next Thursday. And I've heard people say that before, but they always end up incorrect on the timeline, I'll say. So you probably, I don't know when you did your transaction that you haven't been reimbursed, but also you have to understand that they don't send you like any kind of notification that you've been reimbursed. They just add Ethereum to your wallet. So I don't know, man. I'm sure that it was added. That's all I can really tell you. There's no notification that tells you you've been reimbursed. They just send you your Ethereum back, right? So these companies are getting their butts whipped by a 16-year-old asset that was called garbage first. Oh, 100%, brother. 100%, man. That's awesome. Green Tea, what's up? Good to see you. Kakashi, JASMY has been pumping since the new year started. JASMY, baby, 100%. 100%, man. And yet people will still say that it's not performing, right? Funky's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, what else is going on out there tonight? Simply Bitcoin says a new Bitcoin Polymarket predicts a 40% chance of President Pump establishing the National Bitcoin Reserve in 2025. So we have a 40% chance. I think it's going to happen, guys. I have a bag full of cash waiting for any dip to for JASMY to get in. Yeah, I mean, like I showed the Bitcoin chart, and I mean, it's entirely possible we could see a dip for Bitcoin, which would be a dip on JASMY as well. So yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of dry powder on the side right now too. So I'm doing the exact same thing you are. I'm saving it for an opportunity to pounce. I'm doing minor little DCAs into a new project that I added to my portfolio. And if you want to know what it is, you got to be a member of the Patreon. But it's a brand new project that I've added to my portfolio. And I've done about 5 different DCAs, like 5 days in a row now or something like that. So yeah. So if you want to know what my portfolio is, guys, get over to the Patreon for that. Guys, this is just like I don't know what this is. It seems like a shill account. It's every time I stream, this account is shilling some new token. I would stay away from any token that this account says in the chat. Oh shoot, I just closed the window on accident. All right, what else do we have? How the money printing super cycle could send Bitcoin to $3 million. What is this?
Bitcoin isn't just a monetary hedge. And as a matter of fact, gold isn't just a monetary hedge. Gold used to be money, but today most people don't use gold as a monetary hedge. Today we use stocks. We use Tesla, Apple, Google. We use real estate, duplexes, triplexes, multifamily properties. We use fine art. We use collectibles. We use lots of things to store our wealth, not gold. Most people don't buy gold anymore. Some people do, some of the gold bugs. Most of the central banks are buying gold in a large mass to protect their savings against this debasement, but most people aren't. And so it's not really being used the way it used to be used before. So when we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin isn't just competing against gold. Bitcoin isn't competing as a new technology. It's not competing as a new payment network. It's not competing against any of those things. What Bitcoin is really competing against is value itself, store value assets. So instead of just looking at gold, we want to look at all of the assets that people use to store their value, store their wealth. And so we can look at this chart. So for example, what we can see is gold sits here about $16 trillion. So people use gold, so it's worth about 16 trillion. Some people use art. Art's actually 18 trillion, bigger. Some people use cars and collectibles, about 6 trillion. Equities, 115 trillion. Real estate is the biggest, 330 trillion. Bonds, 300 trillion. And money. Some people still save money. I save money, 120 trillion. So what we do is go, Bitcoin isn't just competing against gold. Bitcoin is competing against all of these assets that people use to store their wealth. So if we go, well, 900 trillion in store of value assets, if Bitcoin could capture just 5% of that, well, that would be 45 trillion. That'd be a 45 times return from where we are today, which would put Bitcoin at between $2 to $3 million per Bitcoin, which sounds insane. I know, I get it, right? But let's just take a look at this. Now, what if it doesn't get that much? Here's a chart I used in another video. This is going out to 2045. But if Bitcoin could capture 2% of those assets, puts it at a 3 million valuation. If it captures 7%, it could put up to $13 million valuation at 7%.
That's where Michael Saylor has his target. He thinks it's going to capture with 7%. Because how many times have we heard Michael Saylor call for a $13 million Bitcoin? What did he say by 2040? Is that what he said? Something like that. So yeah, pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Cindy, I'm getting kind of nervous about my portfolio right now. Cindy, what I would say to you, my friend, is I would highly recommend, if you're getting nervous, if you have feelings about this stuff, I would highly recommend you get over to the Patreon. You can join our group video calls that we do every day, and you can get the reassurance that you need chatting with our entire community in real time. You can see everybody else. You can hear everybody else. It's a fantastic way to run things by people and talk to people when you're feeling scared or uncertain, or you've read something or heard some FUD. It's a fantastic way to do that. So I'd highly recommend checking out the Patreon for that. In fact, I will be live in a group video call over on the Patreon as soon as we're done this live stream here. So make sure you're over there for that. So it's looking to be true. Companies, big money, and governments don't care about the cryptos. They're looking to capitalize on stable coins, because to get the dollar, you have to go through stable coins. Yep, 100%. 100%. They've been talking about wanting stable coins being the priority for a long time now too, right? Stablecoin regulation, they've talked about that being their number one priority for so long now. So long. All right. What else do we have? Boom. Check it out. Check it out. Michael Vandepop, the altcoin market cap has seen a perfect retest of the previous resistance. Check it out, guys. Boom. Perfect retest. Resistance back here. Support. Oh, you can't see my cursor. See, it's resistance back here. Now it's support. We've broken above. We've came back down and we've retested. Those retests signal strength. In this case, that means that we're going for a new high on the altcoin market. New all-time high incoming. A valuation of $2 trillion. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's freaking go. What else do we got? What else do we got? BlackRock and Fidelity bought 6,209 Bitcoin worth $609 million yesterday. Whales continue to load up. Bitcoin's going to $150,000. I agree. I agree with that target. $150,000, no problem. No freaking problem. GT, Rob, could the ETFs corner the spot market of BTC by buying it all up of the OTC, making a sweetheart deal with exchanges, keeping prices frozen? No, I don't think so, because here's the thing. How would you incentivize the exchanges to do that, right? because you would be convincing the exchanges to give up all of their Bitcoin reserves for below spot, right? Even exchanges have limits on how much Bitcoin they'll sell OTC or for less than spot market value, right? And I just don't see that. I don't see. You're going to see pretty soon exchanges will start to say, no, you're going to have to buy it at spot value. We're not selling it cheaper, right? So I don't see that being a possibility. I mean, would you sell your Bitcoin cheaper? You know what I mean? All right. What else do we have? Oh, I already. Okay. So we all know Binance and Richard Singh won't let JASMY out of the innovation zone. This isn't an issue, and we should move forward trying to list on more regulated exchanges like Robinhood. If memes can be on there, I'm sure we can too. Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. We got to just forget about the monitoring zone, forget about the innovation zone. And I mean, I just don't think that that's stopping people from that want to buy JASMY from buying JASMY. I just don't think so, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. All right, what else do we have? John Deaton calls for federal probe into ChokePoint 2.0. Attorney John Deaton urges a federal probe into operational ChokePoint 2.0, exposing the FDIC's actions to limit cryptocurrency services, including Bitcoin and Ethereum transactions. The crypto industry backs Deaton, citing stifled innovation and unfair treatment. Deaton emphasizes transparency and fair regulations for U.S. crypto growth. Attorney John Deaton and ardent XRP holders advocate a lawyer who was in direct confrontation with the SEC presented a petition seeking a federal investigation into Operation ChokePoint 2.0, which has been reported to target cryptocurrency activity throughout the United States. He is willing to conduct the probe for free because he claims the people of America are entitled to more scrutiny and openness amid the rising intrusion of the government in the financial world. A discovery order revealed a massive coordinated effort to restrict cryptocurrency-related services. Coinbase was able to successfully gain unredacted documents from the FDIC. The exchange claims that between 2022 and 2023, the FDIC sent at least 25 letters to different banks demanding that they either stop or scale back their services related to Bitcoin and Ethereum transactions, blockchain settlement networks, and tokenized deposit products. According to an industry expert, Nick Carter, the measures have suppressed financial innovation, thus locking out the emergence of products like Bitcoin reward debit cards and loans collateralized by Bitcoin. He continued by saying that the actions by the FDIC were anti-consumer, and anti-innovation, as they halted the United States from gaining any ground in financial technology. Deaton contributes his voice to the discussion by claiming that he is afraid that Operation ChokePoint 2.0 will be very destructive. He argues that this is not just a matter of cryptocurrency, but an outright attack on the free market system in America. This kind of move creates a very bad precedent as it limits financial infrastructure and legitimate businesses. Deaton further argued that election bureaucrats should not have the authority to determine who wins and who loses in the marketplace. He said such policies truly undermine America's ability to remain the leading world power in innovation and economics. Custodia Bank was among the worst hit institutions. They could not access the infrastructures of banking. However, the Custodia case was only part of a bigger issue related to businesses that were seeking innovation in the crypto space. As Deaton notes, the effects of Operation ChokePoint 2.0 go far beyond immediate impacts on companies and ripple into their ability to succeed and innovate overall within the industry. He described these actions as a direct assault on the foundational principles of free market capitalism and transparency. The crypto industry has welcomed Deaton's call for an investigation with open arms. In his appeals to Congress, Paul Graywall, chief legal officer of Coinbase, urged earnestly that hearings be held regarding the actions of the FDIC. Nick Carter praised Coinbase's choice to unveil the documents and advocated for prompt measures to tear down the systematic barriers that have been erected against the industry. The change in administration, now to be manned by President-elect Donald Trump, has also brought about a better regulatory environment. There is also new crypto czar, David Sachs, who promised to take on the ChokePoint agenda, as well as Rep. French Hill, who endorses reforms on fair and balanced crypto regulations. Many citizens have voiced optimism for future industry prospects, yet the sector still faces significant challenges. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has clearly stated that the Fed plans to make no investment in Bitcoin or similar initiatives. In addition, critics claim one needs to attain regulatory clarity while making sure that fair treatment in digital assets is ensured before additional barriers inhibit innovation. After all, Deaton himself recalled in a speech a call for accountability in investing, which encouraged a balanced approach between innovation and investor protection. As they await the response from the new administration, the efforts of Deaton shine a bright light on what is urgently needed concerning Operation ChokePoint 2.0. This interested industry, people that who took significant steps towards long-held aspirations, a steadfast movement towards a fair and transparent system would promote growth and innovation in the realm of digital assets. And what we really want here, guys, is we want consequences for the actions of these people who behaved in an illegal manner at the end of the day, right? Gary Gensler, Elizabeth Warren, they conspired. The proof is out there now. It's time for consequences and repercussions. Shane, I'm late, but I made it. Push-ups check. That's what I like to hear, brother. X marks the spot. Canadian JASMY Anchorman, the nightly news in progress. Nice. Absolutely, man. Just call me Rob Burgundy, right? I joke. All right, what else do we have? Michael Saylor. We can't have a show without Michael Saylor, guys. Michael Saylor on Warren Buffett's holding cash.
That 320 billion, that is destroying $32 billion a year. They are destroying $3 billion a month in capital because they're generating a 3% after-tax yield at best, and the cost of capital is 15%. So take 12% negative real yield on that. That is the cost. Multiply 325 billion times 12%. That's what the shareholders are paying right now for that. The second point I make is, if you look at Microsoft, for example, 98.5% of the equity value of Microsoft is based on forward expectations of quarterly earnings. And 1.5% of the value of Microsoft is based upon tangible liquid assets. And another way to say it is Microsoft is 144 times levered to their quarterly earnings. If they earn $3 billion a quarter or X billion, whatever the number is a quarter, more than that, I guess, but you multiply it by 144x, right? And if they miss by $1 billion, it's 144 billion where you move. And the reason why operating companies are like that is because the SEC 33 Act and the SEC 40 Act required that operating companies hold no more than 40% of their liquid assets in securities. So normally that's used treasury bills. And treasury bills, as we just showed on that chart, are toxic. It's toxic capital. It's poison. You might as well just inject poison into your veins, right? You're bleeding 10% of your capital a year. So they don't keep the capital. And Bitcoin is a major revolution because starting in 2025, you can account for Bitcoin on fair value basis, which means that Bitcoin is just as good as treasury bills. And it's a commodity, so you can have 100% of your balance sheet in Bitcoin. And what that means is Microsoft, if they just stopped dividending out their cash flow and stopped buying back their stock and they convert it to a Bitcoin buy, and you crank in like a conservative, like a 21% assumption, like half their cash flow in Bitcoin, you make $1 trillion over 10 years. You know, you put all your cash into Bitcoin, you make $2 to $4 trillion for the shareholders, right?
If Berkshire did that.
No, if Microsoft did it.
If Microsoft
if Berkshire did it, they would make more, right? I mean, they've got if they flipped that, you know, put $300 billion into Bitcoin and grow 21%, you're generating $60 billion a year of investment income.
Michael, how much do you cold call? Like meaning, how much do clients call you versus you call them? Are you also
people
prospecting?
Contact me?
Okay,
like I'm not out there like I'm not out there trying to get in the doors to pitch this. I just do it as a public service. I mean, my day job is I focus on MicroStrategy and our capital markets activity, and you know we're going to do an equity or a debt raise or something, and then my copious free time, I advocate and educate on Bitcoin. And then as a result of that, you know, I've got 3.7 million followers. So I get a lot of people, a lot of inbound people. I talk to people like Similar Scientific, you know, where the CEO calls me and says, I want to talk about what you did, explain it. And I'll get inbound calls from people that want to be on a Bitcoin standard, and I'll explain what we did and how we did it. And sometimes I'll brief the board of directors or the officers and directors. But
how often are those calls prime ministers or presidents of countries?
Sometimes it's politicians, sometimes it's governors, sometimes it's senators, sometimes it's congressmen, sometimes it's
billionaires,
others.
And
a lot of, you know,
I guess what I'm asking a question is, like, I wonder if you would be, you know, open to the idea, or would it even be that way? Because I think in this space, if you were to call somebody at Berkshire and say, guys, can I come? Can we spend an hour together? Can we get 30 minutes together to talk to you about this? You know, to see what that would look like. I wonder what that conversation would look like with you and Buffett if you sat across from each other.
You know,
to present this to him.
I'd be willing to bet you that if I had an hour alone with Buffett in a calm environment, I'd walk out and he would say, this Bitcoin thing's a pretty good idea. Charlie would have liked it. We're going to buy some.
Have you made the cold call?
I have not.
Why not?
Because Bitcoin's on a need to know basis, and people have to feel like they need to understand it, like they've got a problem in order to have an open mind. And if they don't acknowledge they have a problem, they don't have an open mind, and they take a conventional view toward the world, it's like the people with a strong corporate view and a healthy company and a strong conviction in their company, they don't have an open mind to a profound paradigm shift. They don't want to embrace that idea.
Maybe the call to Buffett could be seen as a public service, and you want to be a public servant. So if you were to make that public service phone call and you guys sat down and spoke, and you went to Omaha, and all of a sudden he comes out and says, you know, we've made a decision to buy $100 billion of Bitcoin after my conversation with Michael Saylor. I think that's a public service.
I will say, for the record, I'm happy to go visit anybody that has $100 billion of cash that's sitting and burning $10 billion of shareholder value a year. I will go visit you, and I will provide you with all of the information you need in order to be convinced that you should flip to the Bitcoin standard.
You got to admire his hustle, guys. You got to admire his hustle. Why do so many people still fall for crypto hype when most of it seems like glorified scheme? Well, I think there's a few reasons for that, my friend. I mean, one is that there's a lot of new people that come into crypto every cycle. So you get a lot of new people in, they get hyped in. And then there's another class of people that love speculation. A lot of people love to speculate. They like to promote catalysts and talk about them because at the end of the day, they enjoy it. Not everyone I don't think that everyone out there who, promotes catalysts and hype, so to speak, has ill will or bad intentions. Some of them do, granted, but I don't think all of them do. I think there's a lot of people out there who just like to speculate and they enjoy it. It's almost like a positive type of conspiracy or something. You know what I mean? But you do have your schemes out there as well, though. You're absolutely right. And that's the same in any industry, though, right? That goes from crypto to stocks to fiat to everywhere, right? There's always going to be bad people as well, but you got to take the crookeds with the straights, I suppose, right? So that would be my opinion on that. Right. What else do we have? Bitcoin struggles with 100K resistance and pressure. Bitcoin's price action is once again encountering a formidable challenge as it approaches the psychological resistance level of $100,000. Recent data reveals a significant supply wall between 98,000 and 100,000, posing a potential barrier in the cryptocurrency upward momentum. This key price zone will become a battleground, with sellers stepping in to prevent Bitcoin from surpassing this crucial threshold. Get the hiccups. According to crypto analyst Ali Martinez, on-chain data, a concentrated cluster of sell orders has formed in the $98,000 to $100,000 price range, creating a formidable supply wall. So, guys, there's another. We talked about this in the past, a massive sell wall between 98,000 and 100,000. There is another one there. Remember how long it took? It took like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll show you guys on the chart after I finish reading this article, but it took about a week and a half to 2 weeks to break through that massive sell wall last time when we first got up to these prices. And it seems like we have to overcome that obstacle once again. The supply zone, highlighted by its density, is currently acting as resistance, hindering Bitcoin's ability to push higher. The resistance at this level is a combination of long-term holders taking profits and short-term holders capitalizing on Bitcoin's recent rally. The heat map visualization underscores the intensity of the supply in this range, with the red zone indicating a significant amount of Bitcoin available for sale. This clustering of liquidity is likely to impact Bitcoin's price dynamics, reacquiring strong bullish momentum to break through the established new all-time high. Bitcoin's price behavior around $98,000 to $100,000 range reflects a classic tug of war between bulls and bears. On the bullish side, optimism surrounding Bitcoin's adoption, institutional investments, and macroeconomic factors continues to fuel upward momentum. However, the bears, represented by the sellers in this highlighted range, are creating downward pressure, leading to a consolidation of potential retracements. Market sentiment remains cautiously optimistic, but the stiff resistance suggests that a breakout above $100,000 will require significant buying pressure and a shift in market dynamics. Until this barrier is overcome, Bitcoin is likely to experience sideways trading or temporary corrections. If Bitcoin successfully breaks through the $100,000 resistance, it could trigger a renewed wave of buying, propelling the price towards higher levels. A decisive breakout would likely signal a start of a new bullish leg, with catalysts eyeing targets of $110,000 and $120,000 range based on the Fibonacci extensions and historical patterns. Conversely, a failure to breach the resistance could lead to a pullback to 94K and 92K, identified as key support levels. Such a retracement would provide an opportunity for bulls to regroup and build momentum for another attempt to break the resistance. Bitcoin's performance around 98K to 100K range holds broader implications for the cryptocurrency market. A successful breakout could inject renewed enthusiasm across the sector, catalyzing rallies in altcoins and increasing overall market capitalization. Conversely, prolonged resistance at this level might dampen market sentiment, leading to a temporary cooling off period for the entire crypto ecosystem. The outcome of Bitcoin's struggle with this supply wall will also influence institutional interest. A breakthrough above 100K could attract new institutional players, reinforcing Bitcoin's status as a store of value and a viable investment asset. On the other hand, persistent resistance might prompt caution among institutional investors. As Bitcoin hovers near $100,000, the cryptocurrency market is at a pivotal juncture. The supply wall between 98,000 and 100,000 has emerged as a critical resistance level, shaping Bitcoin's short-term trajectory. Whether Bitcoin breaks through this barrier or retraces to lower levels will depend on the market sentiment, liquidity dynamics, and external factors influencing the broader financial landscape. For now, all eyes remain on Bitcoin's ability to overcome the resistance and establish a new milestone in its journey towards wider adoption and mainstream recognition. As traders and investors await a decisive move, the battle between buyers and sellers continues to define Bitcoin's path forward. Now, if we go and look over at the Bitcoin chart, let's have a little looky-loo. So, as we can see what we're talking about here, guys, right? So we have, if we go back in time, back here, right? Remember this? This was the first time we got up to this level, right in here. Remember this, guys? We first got here and we spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we rejected hard off of there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days before we finally broke above this massive sell wall that was here. And I know you guys remember me talking about it because I was talking about it every day for 16 days, right? So, and then we finally broke above. We broke above once and then we fell back below. And then we finally did it with conviction and got up to $108,000. So in saying that, this is how long it took last time, 16 days to break through there, right? Will it take that long again? Well, that is to be determined, I suppose, right? All right, what else do we have? A little video here from All In, courtesy of All In Crypto. $16 billion FTX repayments, a crypto market catalyst.
$16.5 billion is going to be coming back to cryptocurrency investors. And we know they're cryptocurrency investors because they're FTX creditors over the next 60 days. Fundamentally, that is going to move this market. You have altcoins that might capture quite a lot of this money that have nowhere near $1 billion in market cap or a few hundred million in market cap. This is a lot of money. And remember, prices moved on the day. So if you get an influx in buyers that overwhelms the sellers, you could see some pretty momentous things in the month that we have ahead of us.
That $16 billion could be just what the market needs to have Bitcoin smash through that massive sell wall. Let's go have a look over at the liquidation levels, guys. Another factor that could push us up even higher. We're pretty close to even on liquidity here, guys. Look at how even this is. These are the longs and these are the shorts. That's pretty even. There's a lot of tug of war going on between the bulls and the bears right now. You see how even this is? This is all the people that think the market's going higher, and over on this side are all the people that think Bitcoin's going lower. It's like almost exactly the same. That's crazy. That is crazy. We might see a little bit of volatility, right? Sweep down to about 96K to liquidate all those 100x longs, and then maybe a sweep back up to around 99K to liquidate all those shorts. Who knows, right? Interesting times, guys. Also, listen, we can't have a live stream without embarrassing Gary Gensler.
Talking of disclosures, one disclosure from former President Trump is that he would fire you, ultimately. Unsurprising to you, I'm sure.
So, Caroline, I'll let you go to your next question.
A lot to get on with, and your term is what, until June 2026? But will it run until then? Many feel that perhaps not. Talking.
Oh, man, she was smirking the whole time she was saying that to him. That's gold. Jermaine, thank you so much, buddy. Rob, your lives are turning X-rated today. It was spread race. Now it's stiff resistance. Adults only, brother. Adults only. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, it's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy one. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, so good old Gare Bear's been embarrassed. That's good. That's good. All right, so now we just watch the charts, guys, right? We're going to watch tonight. We'll see if we can get any kind of a break back up over 4 cents for JASMY. See if we get this breakdown on Bitcoin. So, yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to be live over on the Patreon in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're doing a group video call over there. So get your butts over there, guys. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're worried about something, if you want to know something, get over to the Patreon, jump into our group video call. You can see each other. You can talk to each other. I'll be there. We'll have a fantastic time, guys. You can also schedule one-on-one coaching AMAs with me personally. So get over there. I'll see you there, guys, live in about 10 minutes. Peace.